fight someone like me who's been fighting all the time and who wants to have a fight with me.
It's just on 2 o'clock in the afternoon here in Las Vegas, but as always, the giant casinos are packed with people chasing a fortune. Britain's Nigel Benn is no exception. He's on the verge of landing a $10 million jackpot. If Benn beats the highly experienced Barkley in this WBO championship here at Bally's, then that's the kind of money he can earn over the next couple of years with big-time matches against Tommy Hearns and Sugar Ray Leonard. Welcome to our live coverage. Britain's most explosive and dynamic boxer is determined to make a successful first defense of his world middleweight title. But standing in his way is the hard man, Iran the Blade Barkley. Barkley has in his time challenged for the other 3 versions of the world title. He won the WBC championship 2 years ago, but since then things have all gone wrong for 30-year-old Barkley. He soon lost that title to Roberto Duran. He then made an unsuccessful challenge to the IBF champion Michael Nunn. And then 9 months ago he needed laser surgery for a detached retina of the left eye. A serious injury, and as a result the British Boxing Board of Control refused to sanction this fight against Benn in England. The Nevada Commission though gave it the go-ahead. Added to those problems, Barkley sadly lost his 72-year-old father last weekend through cancer. But the eyesight of Barkley is the key to this fight.
The eye is no problem. The eye is rearing and ready to go, and y'all will see Saturday how well I can see good out of this eye. Y'all will see Saturday.
Well, Benn is the hot favorite to win. It's certainly going all right for the 26-year-old at the moment, but his career did appear to be in pieces when he suffered his only defeat. That was in the big London match with Michael Watson in May of last year. That 7th round defeat sent Benn scurrying to the United States to rebuild his career in Miami with new trainer Vic Andretti. Despite a suspect chin, Benn's skill, condition and attitude have improved. And after 3 fights, his biggest chance arrived. A world title fight against WBO holder Doug DeWitt in Atlantic City.
More control and it'll all be over. Yes, that's it. It's all over. 3rd knockdown. And in the 8th round, Nigel Benn has won the WBO Middleweight Championship of the world.
That was back in April. Earlier today, Benn gave his thoughts on his first defense.
The fight can be very, very explosive indeed. We know Barkley can punch in either hand, and so can I. The edge that I think I have over him, I actually have the power over him and the speed. But I'm actually looking for a war. You know, there's no 2 ways about it. We ain't come here to box. We both come here to have a war. And I'm looking forward to it.
One thing is sure, this fight is not going to go to a decision. The really waste of funds in promoting this fight was hiring judges.
Well, we'll find out in a few moments whether the judges have to earn their dollars or not. It's going to be a real war, as you'll see in just a moment. Welcome back to Las Vegas. A terrific atmosphere here. Let's go ringside now for our live coverage of Benn's first defense of his world middleweight title. Here's Reg Gutteridge with Jim Watt.
Well, you'll have to pull up your ringside seat with us. We've timed it well now, I tell you that, because Mike Buffer is now doing the introductions. Famous Ready to Rumble, so master of ceremonies.
Let's get ready to rumble! 12 rounds for the WBO Middleweight Championship of the World. The referee for this contest is Carlos Padilla. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he's wearing the red trunks with black trim. He weighed in at 11 stone, 6 pounds. That's 160 pounds even. From the streets of South Bronx in New York City. His professional record, 25 victories with 16 KOs against 6 defeats. He's the former WBC middleweight champion of the world. This afternoon, the challenger, ladies and gentlemen, Iran, the Blade, Barkley.
Well, he's the underdog, 3-2. They're betting that Benn's favorite here. And of course, this is the betting capital of the world.
Corner, weighing 11 stone, 5.5 pounds. That's 159.5 pounds. Wearing the black trunks from West Ham, England, his professional record, 26 victories, 24 by KO, only 1 defeat. Ladies and gentlemen, the pride of all of Britain, making his first title defense, the WBO middleweight champion of the world, the Dark Destroyer, Nigel Benn.
Well, Benn's reveling in all this. He says he feels a bit edgy, as always, before a fight. Carlos Padilla, the referee, famous, of course, for handling the thriller in Manila between Ali and Frazier. But there's talk that Barkley has had a lot of trouble getting weight off. He denies that. He said, yes, when I had my retina problem, I was unable to do my road work. But in the last month or so, I've been down to the middleweight limit without any problems. So he came in right on the button, 11 stone 6. Any questions? Well, I've hardly had time to question. So Benn's 11.5 and a half. He was 11.4 when he won this championship against Doug DeWitt. Scheduled 12 rounds. And we've had Land and Hope and Glory. And there's the quick rundown then, the tail of the tape. Only one loss, of course, on Benn's record against Michael Watson. But this is one hard nut around Barkley. He's still got plenty of lead in his legs. Well, Benn's in for a rough night. Played into Land of Hope and Glory, Ben. He really enjoyed that, sung by a Cockney character.
Well, Ben caught him with the very first shot, Reg, a right hand, and he staggered them already.
Well, oh my God, he's done him on the ropes in the first minute. He's having to pull him off, Padilla, and he's objecting to that, Ben. He's probably saying that you pushed him after you hit him, and now he's giving him the standing 8 count. What a surprise. This fella's been through this before, of course, got off the deck to defeat Tommy Hearns, but can he get over this one? This is a sensational start by the Dark Destroyer.
Barkley's still badly stunned, Reg. He hasn't recovered from that. No defence, he's trying to fire back. This could be all over in the first minute of the fight, Reg.
Well, one of the odds layers made Ben their favourite in this city. They didn't allow local prejudice at all with Barkley, who's a bit of a favourite. And now he's tagged Ben. It's got to happen in a battle of punches. It's going to happen. One has to go. Well, he can't hang his chin up on a platter like that, Ben. That's dangerous. What a sensational start. We always think we've seen it all, but we didn't envisage this, did we?
Both men so careless, Reg. But Nigel Benn really on top, and he's let Barkley right back into the action. Both men still badly shaken. Ben in trouble at the moment.
Coming in with Ben, they're really punishing, but it's a question now who's got the stronger chin, not only the chin but the will by the look of it, Jim.
Well, Ben's got his chin nice and low on the ropes there, Reg, where it should be, and his own shots are good. Ben must keep his chin just down that little bit lower.
Remember that Barkley took a pasting from Hearns and came back, but maybe those days have caught up with him a bit, Jim. Oh, that shook him right to the boots, but Barkley there. He had to go down, and he's caught him on the canvas there. There's a lot of objections from the crowd and booing.
That's the second time Ben's thrown punches when Barkley's been on the floor. He could end up disqualified here.
I think it's unlikely they have the no foul rule. He'll take the points away from him. What a round. He's done him again. Remember now, the 3 knockdown rule of WBO is in effect if he goes down once more in this round. No, he stopped it already. Carlos Padilla is saying This man can't go on. It's a compassionate act. Benn will not be too popular in this country. That was the third time he went down, Jim, actually. I didn't know whether he was going to count that as a knockdown in view of the warning.
Yeah, I think that's the 3 knockdown rule, Reg. I think that's what's been imposed here.
So they went through the count there to make sure they got through the count before he stopped it. What a sensational, in the last minute of the opening round. Well, we're not that surprised, Jim, because we knew it would go one way or the other. And Benn has been he's been so confident about beating Barkley all the way through. And it seems almost incredible, really, that he's not recognised in Britain by the official Boxing Board of Control, because they are not affiliated to the World Boxing Organisation. Jim?
Well, Benn the fight was almost over in the first seconds, but Benn got a little bit careless. Now, here we go. We'll see if he hits him on the floor here, Reg. See, he's still making to punch him. Padilla trying to pull him away from there. Benn a little bit dangerous with his tactics once he got Barkley onto the floor. The good punches all the way through, and when the time came, Benn's defence was that little bit tighter than Barkley's, and I think that's what got him through here today. See, there he is, blatantly punching him when he was on the floor.
There's no use anybody saying, well, Barkley's not the man he was. It's these punches that landed that did the damage.
Yeah, those were good shots. Barkley has proved, although he may not be as good as he was, his chin's is sound. What it took from Tommy Hearns, and here Benn has stopped him in one round. An excellent performance from Nigel Benn.
And really, it's a great pity now if we're not going to see Benn. So he's looking down at the timekeeper there, Jim, wasn't he, to make sure that he considered that a count. It was a bit confusing, that. But he was going to win it anyway, whether it was a third knockdown or not. And he's getting, there's quite a contingent of the Benns here, you can imagine, and he's cheering them on, let's get into the singing, here we go, because he can see, a bucket full of gold coming his way now, Jim. He's talking about Tommy Hearns, he's talking about Sugar Ray Leonard. It could all happen for him.
Well, he is a real attraction. Michael Nunn might be the champion, the other version of the tail, but he is the real attraction, the most exciting middleweight, without doubt, on the scene at the moment.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Carlos Padilla enforces the 3 knockdown rule. The end comes at 2 minutes, 57 seconds of one of the most sensational first rounds ever seen here in Las Vegas. The winner, and still WBO middleweight champion of the world, the Dark Destroyer from Britain, Nigel Benn. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the challenger. He didn't make it this time, but you know he'll be back like always. Iran Barkley from the South Bronx in New York.
Jim, we said it would be a war, but I didn't expect it to be that quick, did you?
Oh, well, Nigel Benn came into the ring with a perfect attitude. As soon as he was off the stool, he threw a full-blooded right-hand punch, which caught Barkley, had him shaking straight away. It looked as though it could have been over in 20 seconds. Then he got a little bit careless himself and got nailed. It may only have been one round, but it was one of the most exciting rounds I've seen in a long, long time. A tremendous performance. Once again, Benn come back from being in trouble. So I think any doubts about the shaky chin, we can maybe start to forget about those. A magnificent performance. To stop Iran Barkley in one round, superb.
You say to forget about the chin, but there is a chance when he gets in with the likes of Sugar Ray Leonard that chin could get exposed.
Well, I think we have to remember Leonard is a little bit past his best. Leonard is very careful who he chooses to share a ring with these days. And if I was Leonard watching Nigel Benn, I don't think I would choose Nigel Benn as an opponent. I think he's too lively, too much life for Leonard at his stage in his career.
Because what we haven't said is this is a terrific boost for British boxing, which is very thin at the moment.
Tremendous. I mean, Nigel Benn may be the most exciting fighter in the world today. Tyson apart, this, I suppose, but Ben goes in with a tremendous attitude. He just wants to get in, get on with the job, throw the punches, keep going until the other man drops. He's so exciting to watch. He's British, so we can all be proud of him.
But what a tragedy that we've all got to come over to Las Vegas to watch him, that he's not able to box for political reasons back in England.
Yeah, that is a problem. The WBO not recognising Britain, but in the past we've had champions Britain haven't recognised, and they still managed to box in Britain. So hopefully the problems will be resolved. Nigel wants to box in England, and so hopefully that will take place. But what a tremendous boost for British boxing.
Just keeping this in perspective, though, so we don't go quite over the top. Had Barkley gone, was he as shot as some people said?
Well, when a fighter's shot, okay, sometimes the movements are not as sharp, they don't perform as well. There was nothing wrong with his chin. And the punches that Nigel Benn knocked him out with tonight were world-class punches. Nothing wrong with Iran Barkley's chin. Maybe as if the fight had gone a distance, we would have seen he didn't have the sharpness, he didn't quite have the edge. But he still has a strong chin, but not strong enough for Nigel Benn today.
So how is Ben now going to get on as he earns what presumably be a fortune against Sugar Ray Leonard and possibly Thomas Hearn?
Well, Ben is now an attraction. He's not begging for a fight with the top names. He certainly has become an attraction. So he can go in and demand big money. So sometimes if you want to box someone like Ben or Tommy Hearns, you have to take the short end of the purse because they're the superstars. But Ben today has become a star himself. Not quite a superstar, but he is a star. He is an attraction, and the big TV companies want him.
Well, I think we can go the ring. It's fairly chaotic at the moment, Jim, but I think we can go the ring, and we should find Reg Gutteridge with Nigel Benn.
Tremendous performance. In fact, you were hurt at one time, but you came straight back, didn't you?
I was hurt twice. He hurt me twice, but you know, I was thinking the things I want for my kids, the things I want, and I was thinking, he's stopping me from achieving that. Now, I've actually gone out there and done what I wanted to do, beat Barkley, beat him bad. And now I can go back with the belt to see my kids, and I love them all. And now they can start living a life.
I know you've had a lot of one-rounders, but in all honesty, did you really think you could do that?
Yeah,
you did.
I've got the punching power. He's got the punching power. But a lot of the times, you have to. Barkley.
The ring is actually bouncing up and down as we're talking here with all your supporters. It's incredible atmosphere, Nigel.
Unbelievable, unbelievable.
The pity of it is that you don't look like fighting in Britain for a while. And, you know, this is sad.
If I can bring this crowd out here, you know, it's unbelievable, Reg. I mean, I can't even really talk. I just want to go and acknowledge the fans, Reg.
Well, thanks for talking to me anyway. We'll see you at the next fight.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks very much.
Benny here to see him. I'm hoping to catch up with Nigel Benn before we go off the air. He has some strong things to say about fighting in England and his future. We're going to show another middleweight, a former world champion, seeking a third title on his way back here in Las Vegas. That's Don Curry, and that comes up right after this short break. Stay with us. Welcome back to Las Vegas. Here's Nigel Benn. A sensational retention of your title there, Nigel. Can I just say, first of all, it did look as if you were taking a few punches.
Yeah, obviously, you know, fighting someone of Barkley's caliber, you're expected to trade punches. And then, really, I wanted to trade punches with him and just to see how sharp the blade really is. And he was tough. He caught me with a couple of good shots. But I wanted to let everybody know, you know, I can take a shot as well, and I can damn well give one.
Well, it was a terrific performance. We're going to take you through the fight now, and instead of just listening to our commentators, we'd like you to take us through it.
Well, you know, the thing about it, I wanted to just, like, you know, take it to him and give it to him. Because people, you know, didn't realise how tough I was. I knew how tough he was, but everybody underestimated. Go on, Nigel. You know, everybody, like, underestimated my punching power. But I knew I could do damage, and I was intended to really inflict some bad pain on him.
Was this the Iron Barkley that everyone used to remember? Was he still something to offer?
He was there. You know, he was like there, and he caught me with some good shots as well.
In case people have just joined us, Nigel, we ought to point out, of course, this is the first round, the only round of the fight.
Yeah. It was, you know, he caught me with some good shots, but I wanted it to be an explosive fight. And I wanted to take it to him, you know, and he gave it back. He gave it as good as what he took. You know, he put me with a good shot there.
You rode that one. In the past, you may not have done, actually.
Yeah.
Your condition and fitness very good for this fight.
Yeah, I was really in tip-top condition. He caught me and he caught me again. But, you know, I wasn't going to, you know, give in. I wanted to see how much he really had to offer. And I knew I could out-punch him. I knew I could out-gun him.
And, of course, this is a passport to a lot of money for you now, hopefully.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, you know. So he put me with some good shots. But, you know, I was determined to give everything I got, you know. And when I was catching him with the body shots, I knew I was hurting him.
You're actually much more controlled in this fight. You've been wild in the past, but actually you are thinking about it, using the ropes and everything.
Gary, I was wild when I was in front row, and now everything's changed. That was like, you know, 2.5 years ago.
I ought to point out you were wild during those days, no reflection on your previous management, but what's happening now then?
You know, I was like waiting, letting him open up, you know, letting him throw everything. Oh, yeah, you know, I was catching him all the time, and I knew he was there to be hit. And, you know, and he was punching and punching me hard, but I wanted him to burn himself out.
Could he see properly out that left guy, do you think?
You ask him, I don't know. Don't know. But, you know...
he doesn't seem to be favouring his right side here, does he? He's still...
No. I knew what I wanted to do to him. I just wanted him to, you know, just to throw as much punch as he can and burn himself out.
Looking at that then, looking towards Leonard,
yeah.
Is there anything you've done wrong here tonight? Because it looks a terrific performance.
The thing is, that I've done wrong. I think I've done everything right.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to prove to, that, you know, I went out there to prove everybody that, you know, I can take a shot and I can damn well give it, and I think I've done that. Regardless if people just say I'm a fighter, yeah, I'm a fighter, and I'm proud to be a fighter, you know, and you know, now I know I can trade with anyone.
3 knockdown rule, WBO, it's all over.
Yeah.
Now that performance is going to send ripples through America, and back home they are going to love it. But what a tragedy it is that you're not going to fight in England. What is the situation on that? We ought to just point out while you're moving the belt, the British Boxing Board of Control wouldn't allow this opponent, Barkley, because of a detached retina. He's had an operation, and they haven't fancied 1 or 2 other things as well.
I can tell you, British Boxing Board of Control made it very, very hard for me. They didn't want me to fight Duran. They said, no, he's overweight and blah, blah, blah. Then Doug DeWitt, they said, no, they don't want him. Then Iron Barkley, they didn't want him. And then, but they still want to get paid by the WBO. But there's only one thing I hate, that I can't go back to England and please them. But for the British Boxing Board...
So what is this?
This is the British Boxing Board of Control licence. If they can't entertain me, I can't entertain them. But the only thing is, I'm proud of England, and like, you know, they ain't backing me, so I ain't gonna back them. But you know, it's unbelievable, the crowd that come out here, the British support is unbelievable. Thank you very much.
So I mean, you've just thrown away any chance you've got of fighting in our country, presumably.
Well, that's it, you know. Thank you very much. See you later. I'm just proud, like, you know, they all turn out here, and this is Las Vegas, they all turned out here to come and see me. So I think, like, if we get Sugar Ray on, I can guarantee these people are going to be here to see me.
Well, I think Sugar Ray Leonard is obviously a real strong possibility now, Ambrose Mendy.
There's no question about that. You know, Nigel went on ABC and his message was, make my day Sugar Ray. You know, we're out here, we're going to see who's got the fastest guns in the West. We came here to do a job. Those people I've spoken to, I did say that this fight would be over in the first round. Nigel Benn today fulfilled a promise. And I know Jim Watt spoke out loudly a year ago and said you haven't seen the best or the last of Nigel Benn. But, you know, funny thing is, I looked out the ring and I even saw Mickey Duff jumping up and down. You know, happy days are here again, and I hope all the lads who are on their way out to Iraq can take support from this soldier here.
Well, it inspired a lot of people tonight. Tremendous performance, Nigel Benn.
What more can you say?
Well, I have to say that your training in America has really paid off. Well done, a really good world champion. With more to come on this programme, stay with us. We'll be back after another break. Welcome back to Las Vegas. Jim Watt, any more thoughts on the Benn fight tonight?
No, I'm just so excited and so proud. He did it the hard way, but that's what makes Nigel Benn Nigel Benn. He shook him with the very first punch of the fight. It looked all over. I think maybe he got a little bit complacent himself. He got tagged. He was hurt twice, as he's admitted himself, but he climbed over the top of that and came back and stopped the man in 1 round. I think it's one of the best performances overseas, British boxer, maybe one of the best performances by a British boxer. I just feel proud for Nigel Benn and for Britain.
I think we ought to talk about the condition he was in tonight. I mean, obviously, this training in Miami has completely changed the lad.
Yeah, well, everything's changed. I think Nigel does a lot more sparring now than he ever used to do. You have to do that's so important in your preparation for a fight. He spars a lot more. His attitude is different. He now has the confidence of being a world champion. He's not a challenger anymore. He's a defending champion. And most fighters improve after winning even a British title. Well, Nigel has won a world title, and we can see the benefits of it. He's so confident. As I say, he came right off his stool. The first punch he threw, within the first second of the fight, he was trying to get the fight all over with. His attitude is superb.
Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll pick up the fight now after the first knockdown. So, remember, there were 3 knockdowns in this. Pick it up from here, Jim.
Yeah, well, I don't think Barkley was ever fully recovered from the first punch in the first seconds. Now, this is where Benn became a little bit reckless. He takes a few chances too many, but that's what makes Nigel Benn, what makes him so exciting to watch. But you see, bang, beautiful punch. Now, Barkley, as I say, never really recovered. He was on automatic pilot here, still trying to fire back. Now, this is where Benn was a little bit dangerous, punching him while he was on the floor. He did that a couple of times in the fight. That's one of the things he's going to have to knock out of his routine, because the last thing you want to do abroad is to punch an opponent twice on the floor. I mean, they could sling you out quite easily.
So what do you think we've got to look forward now with Nigel Benn?
Well, Michael Nunn, unfortunately, is signed to fight Don Curry. I think he might be regretting that, because I think that would be a massive money match. We speak about Sugar Ray Leonard. I doubt if Leonard would face Nigel Benn. Leonard, as I said earlier, very careful who he faces. I don't think he would fancy Nigel Benn.
He's attacked the British Boxing Board of Control tonight. I mean, in fairness to them, they are very safety conscious, and I'm not too sure about these detached retinas myself. Do you think he's been a bit harsh on the board, ripping up his contract?
Well, I suppose that you can see that the point Nigel being frustrated. He's champion, he wants to box in front of his own people, and he's not allowed to do that. See, that the board are not complaining about Nigel Benn. They're complaining about Iran Barkley. It's not a thing they have against Benn. They had the dispute against Barkley. So hopefully it'll all get cleared up and Benn can defend in their country.
Thank you very much indeed. Big news from Las Vegas. Nigel Benn, still champion in sensational style. Goodbye.